Hello and welcome to the top 5 brightest flashlights of 2021, presented by Longhorn Tactical. Because of the mild freeze we had over the past couple of days, I had to film this in the comfort of my own home because there was like a half an inch of ice on the road, which is freak out for Texans. And so, yes, joining me today because of that is my roommate Ashik. You guys might recognize him as the guy that's the one walking around and showing off the flashlights we always film right over there, half a block away in our local park. So yeah, he's joining me today because can't let Kelly know my address. just in asking to be toilet papered.
Hey y'all, take this time to like and subscribe to the Longhorn Tactical YouTube channel. Thanks.
So we're going to talk, I thought it'd be really fun because, I show up at the house and I go, hey, can you help me film tonight? And then I usually hand you this light.
Right.
And then I just, we walk over to the park and then I say things like, oh yeah, just act like you're inspecting the tree.
Of course.
So I thought it would be fun
if
I asked you as a layman. Because you don't totally know this industry. Mm-hmm. For each one, you're going to kind of give me your honest opinion.
Okay.
What you think, as somebody who doesn't really know, what this might be useful for. Cool. So coming in at number 1 is going to be the Javelot Pro 2 by Olight. Again, mess with it. The Javelot Pro 2 has an unspecified high-performance cool white LED. It is capable of a 2,500 lumen max. The max beam throw is 1,148 yards. It comes with a custom 10,000 milliamp. The user manual says that it's two 21700s, but it's a solid battery pack, so can't really substitute any batteries. That was my biggest criticism when it came out. And of course, it is rechargeable by the tail cap with Olight's MCC3 magnetic cable. So yeah, what do you think of the Javelot Pro 2?
It is a semi-unusual design.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like the grip. It's a bit rough on hands, but I guess it gives you a grip like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could just stuff it on the side of the backpack. That's probably the best place to put it.
Yeah.
But let me just try. I haven't tried this on it.
So they market it as a hunting light / searchlight.
Right.
And it's the only light we have that kind of retains, like you said, that sort of classic Magnalite look. Old school flashlight with the larger head and the slimmer. These used to be C-cell, D-cell batteries. Now we got rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like you said, it gives you good grip, and they keep it thin on purpose so that it can be mounted to rifles.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On top of scopes of long-range rifles, because this can go out to 1,148 yards. Yeah, which is 11 football fields. Coming in at number 2, also by Olight, is the Warrior X Turbo. Here you go. You can mess with it a bit. The Warrior X Turbo also comes with an unspecified high-performance cool white LED. It is capable of a 1,100 lumen max. It can go out to 1,093 yards, so about 150 shy of the Javelot Pro 2. It comes with the standard 5000 mAh 21700 custom ORB 217C50 battery. It is also magnetically charged via Olight's MCC3 magnetic USB charging cable. And the one neat feature about it is that because it doesn't have any visible lights as a LED sensor on it, the low power or low battery indicator is the vibration. Cool. So that's how you know if it's under 20%. When you turn it on, it'll
Oh, really? That's cool.
vibrate real quickly. Yep. Cool. So what's your thoughts on the Warrior X Pro?
It's definitely better in terms of carrying around. It's much easier compared to the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
With that, you said I would assume I would have less brightness.
Yeah.
Just because it's small.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very handy. It's cool to just hold it. It definitely does have a good grip to it. With that, it's good size.
Mm-hmm.
And good balance.
Yeah, the Warrior X Turbo is their largest sort of handheld size.
Oh, okay.
And largest, I mean in diameter of the bezel and the subsequent reflector. So they have now it's the Warrior 3, which is their just straight tube. Mm-hmm. And they have the Warrior X3, which is but slightly conical bezel, which has a smaller diameter than this one. And this is the X Turbo, which is the largest of the single battery. So it's the handheld size. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is their like long throw, but you can still carry.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But my biggest complaint with this one was always that the head is just a little too big. To where it's like you can't really comfortably fit it in a pocket. So this is like a great backpack light.
Okay.
Coming in at number 3 is the Fenix LR80R, and that is this one. Unless you can mess with that. That one is the single button Fenix, so it's a hold to on, and then tap, 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 tap to change brightness modes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Cool. So the Fenix LR35R comes with 6 luminous SST40 LEDs. It is capable of a 10,000 lumen max. The beam goes out to 547 yards, and it is powered by 2 4,000 milliamp 21700 batteries, totaling to 8,000, and they have to be the high discharge, and it is, of course, USB-C rechargeable. So, what's your thoughts? The Fenix LR35R.
Put it to right and closer. Okay.
So yeah, that one is 10,000 lumens, so it's exactly 4 times brighter than this, and roughly 9 times brighter than this one. Yeah.
Props.
Power of 6 LEDs.
That's crazy. But props to this thing for that. It definitely has a different shape. But it's a good fit in your hands. It's like, at least for me, I have small hands, and it's a perfect fit. And it feels good to hold it. I would say it fits in your pocket if you're not wearing jeans. I would say like pants.
Yeah.
Pants. So that's
the bezel is ever so slightly smaller in diameter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because it fits inside the Warrior X Turbo.
Right.
Yeah, so it's they made it as compact as possible, I believe. And like you said, the reason it feels so good is it's that wide, flat profile grip. I'm probably going to cut all of that. That was pointless. That was pointless. That's one of my pointless ramblings. But yeah, and that's because like our palms are wider than our fingers. This is the part I'll probably keep. That's why it feels good to hold that way. Whereas if you have a circular one, your fingers wrap all the way around it, which is why it gives you more like security in that sense. Whereas this one, it gives you that sort of sensation of it's like really up against your palm. So yeah, Fenix, they kind of wanted to make like a all-around really bright light. So like you said, it's like still just compact enough for someone to carry on like a hip holster. Also keep in a backpack. It's not like a dedicated searchlight, but that's the thing, 547 yards is still like 5.5 football fields. So it's, yeah, they basically wanted to make it as small as possible, can kind of do everything. Bright light. Coming in at number 2 is the Olight Marauder 2. So the Olight Marauder 2, since we actually never got to film this one, this was when Jordan was still at Longhorn Tactical, and he did this one. He was really excited about it. So it has the switch for floodlight and spotlight. The floodlight are these 12 LEDs. Spotlight is this LEP light. And so you flip it, tap it to turn it on, and then it has this digital display that lets you see it's going up as it gets brighter. Cool. So you can play with that one. The Olight Marauder 2, like I said, has the 12 unspecified cool white flood LEDs. It has the 1 LEP square beam in the center. The floodlight is capable of a 1400 lumen max, and the spotlight, the LEP beam, is 850 lumen. The LEP beam is capable of going up to 874 yards, and it is 3 5,000 milliamp batteries built into the grip. Can't remove them, unfortunately. So it is a 1500 milliamp total battery pack, but this can also dispense energy as well as being recharged. So, what do you think?
It's definitely a handful. I'll give it. And it's also quite heavy.
Yeah.
It definitely feels compact, but it's definitely heavy. When you first gave me instructions on how to use it, I was a bit confused because there's a lot of instructions. But after a few times, it gets pretty simple. You just to determine what you want, and then you just adjust the brightness.
Yeah.
It looks cool, but it also has this unique look to it. I'll give you that. These twists and turns. Grip wise, you definitely understand, or you definitely feel that it's heavy and it's a bit thick. Yeah.
So I'll be honest, the Marauder 2, I think it's like a concept car. It's a bit of a show-off piece by Olight. Because like you said, it's just a bit too unwieldy. Like this portion is just like a little bit too thick for it to be like easily manipulated. But at the same time, like I can see people like carrying it around in sort of like real world applications. because the LEP light, the LEP beam is a square, like the Archer, the one we got to test that one time.
Oh, right.
So this one is one that has like no spill whatsoever, but it goes forever. Like it is a super long throw, concentrated LEP beam, and the floodlight is just like there's no hotspot at all. It's just a flood of light. Yeah.
How far does the spotlight go?
The spotlight goes 874 yards. So yeah, I always felt like this was kind of like a show-off piece by Olight to showcase their LEP technology and just make like a really bright light. It is USB-C rechargeable, and it's a power bank.
Okay.
So if you have a C-to-C cable, it will dispense power, and you can like charge your phone. So that's always useful. Yeah, so that's the Olight Marauder 2. It's still, this would be a good, like actually heavy duty would be the only real use. So a vehicle light. Not something that I'd really carry around because it's just way too hefty. And the emergency power is the useful part.
Right, okay.
That's the most useful part.
Is that the only one that does the emergency power?
No, the next one does too. Okay. Which brings us to number 1 of the top 5 ultra super bright flashlights of 2021 as presented by Longhorn Tactical. That is the Fenix LR80R. Cool. There you go. Do you remember that one? The LR80R is powered by 6 luminous SST70 LEDs. It is capable of a 18,000 lumen max. It goes out to 1,235 yards, and it has a 1200 milliamp custom battery pack. So much like the other lights we had on here, custom battery, custom battery, custom battery. These two are the only ones with removable batteries. It's kind of a shame, so you have to charge it. It is USB-C rechargeable, however, up to 45 watts, so very quick charge, 4 hours for a full charge, and it also doubles as a power bank. So yeah, cool. So if you remember, we filmed this light in the middle of summer when we got it last year. I want to say it was like August, and it just so happened that it rained the night before, so the ground was kind of wet, and you were just attacked. Anytime you turned that on, we had to film in like 10-second bursts. Like we would film for 10 seconds. I'd be like, okay, aiming at that tree, ready? We would film for 10 seconds, and then we'd have to turn it off and like wait. Yeah. Like a good 5 minutes because you were just like, it's so bright that as soon as you turned it on, just every gnat and like mosquito in like a 5-mile radius just converged on us because it was so bright. And it just happened that it rained the night before. The ground was a little moist, and the air was warm. It was just the perfect storm. We were getting destroyed by bugs that night. I remember. Yeah. It was a fun night, I'll say that.
But in my opinion, this is handy.
That is marketed by Fenix as like a dedicated searchlight. Okay. So this is for like Coast Guard. This is for like heavy duty. You need a lot of power. You need a lot of light. You know, it can be storming. All of these are IPX8, so they're the highest rating for waterproofness. Okay. But yeah, that is like heavy duty searchlight. Okay, got it. Definitely not well, I mean, you know, nothing's stopping you. There's like people who drive Lamborghinis, right? Nobody needs to, right? You can't really use all that horsepower on a regular road, but you still can. So like, no one's stopping you from carrying this every day. But I'd say it's more like a dedicated like vehicle light, something I'd keep in the truck, or you know, like I said, Coast Guard, search and rescue, like firefighters, people like that.
Chris, I think I accept the challenge. I'm gonna take this on my next hike.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, you could probably like light up an entire mountain with that if you were angling it correctly. Okay. But yeah, 6 luminous ST70s, and yes, this one has the dedicated A port. So it has the C port that charges the battery pack. Okay. And it has the A port, which only dispenses power. Right. Okay. So that's the other really useful part about this, which is it dispenses power for your other electronics. Big old battery pack. Those were the top 5 brightest flashlights of 2021, our selection presented by Longhorn Tactical. So I'm just going to kind of throw it to you. If you had to like pick one that you wanted to kind of use, you can really see yourself using, which one would it be?
I do, hands down, it's this
one. LR35?
I just love the feel of it. Yeah. And it blinded me the first time I turned it on. I think it was on the highest potential.
It is the most like lumen per mass. Right, okay. Would be, you know, the amount of space it displaces. Volume, I guess, then. Most lumen per volume. Okay. Yeah.
First, this was definitely the first choice. Second choice, kind of like the unique idea they have there. I know it's might be a concept idea, but I do like it. It's a unique concept, and I don't know. It has a feeling to it.
Yeah.
I would go with that.
Cool. If I were to say, oh no, I'm sorry.
You gotta be honest here.
But like, I don't want to start that war in the comments.
Okay.
Actually, not a lot of people comment on it. That concludes the top 5 brightest, super bright, ultra bright flashlights of 2021 as presented by Longhorn Tactical. The Olight Javelot Pro 2, the Fenix LR80R, the Olight Warrior X Turbo, the Olight Marauder 2, and the Fenix LR80R. The specific product breakdown videos for each of these items will be available in the link in the description below. And of course, all of these are available at longhorntactical.com. If you have enjoyed this video, or think I am a big dumb fart, please leave a comment or suggestion below. To stay up to date on future product releases, sales announcements, and all things flashlight related, please consider subscribing to the Longhorn Tactical YouTube channel. And I should also take this time to apologize, as like a brief disclaimer, apologize for the audio quality, not in the studio, have to use my phone to record audio, as well as the lighting. I'm actually using another flashlight to light ourselves currently, because I don't have the studio lighting. But Ashik, thank you so much for joining me in this impromptu.
Sure.
I'm glad it was these though.
Okay.
And that you didn't get like some dinky category like EDC lights, like, and we're gonna be doing little keychains. I'm glad you got to play with like the bright ones.
Right, okay.
Cool.